Premier League's most wanted among 5 players whose value has soared this season. One of Europe's hottest properties, Darwin Núñez, scored 6 goals last season, while one of the best wingers in the world was in the championship. Here are 5 players whose value has skyrocketed this term. Christopher Nkunku. RB Leipzig pulled off another masterstroke when they took Nkunku from PSG in 2019. For the France under-21 international, the Germans paid around £12 million. 3 years on, it would cost the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea somewhere in the region of 5 times that fee to land the 24-year-old. Nkunku enjoyed a solid start to life in the Bundesliga despite COVID ravaging his first season at Leipzig. The versatile attacking midfielder scored 5 goals then 6 in his opening 2 campaigns before catching fire this term. The Paris-born star has bagged 20 league goals and 34 in 50 appearances in all competitions. Such form has caught the eye of clubs across Europe, with the asking price varying from £50 million to £65 million, and most recently £85 million depending on which report you believe. That's if Leipzig are willing to sell, which they are not. Or they're determined to play hardball. I've said it many times, and I'm happy to say it again. Nkunku will still be our player in the coming season, said Leipzig chief exec Oliver Mintzlaff last week. Arnaud Danjuma, the Holland winger, didn't let a relegation at Bournemouth affect his confidence. It's fair and factual to say I'm among the best wingers in the world, he proclaimed last month, and given his form for Villarreal this season, it's hard to argue with the 25-year-old. This season was his first in Spain, and there were some eyebrows raised when Villarreal made him their record signing by paying Bournemouth £21.3 million while they were in the second tier. But 16 goals and 4 assists in 34 appearances have made it a savvy investment, one they could easily double or possibly triple by selling Danjuma this summer. There is plenty of interest. Liverpool and Manchester United are said to be keen, while Newcastle and Tottenham have also been linked. Darwin Núñez. Last season, Núñez scored 6 league goals for Benfica. Now he's the center forward many managers can't live without this summer. The Uruguay striker has made himself one of the hottest properties going into the transfer window by bagging 34 goals and offering 4 assists in 41 appearances this term. Can he do it at the highest level? Goals in the Champions League against Bayern Munich and Barcelona, and strikes home and away against Liverpool, suggest it shouldn't be a problem. It took Núñez a year to adapt at Benfica after his club record move from Almeria for around £18 million. He started just fine, offering 5 assists in his first 4 games, but then got a dose of the Rona and went 4 months without scoring between January and April. After undergoing knee surgery in the summer, Núñez hasn't stopped scoring. Benfica chose not to sell in January, waiting until the summer, when they could at least triple their investment, though 20% of any fee they receive from one of the big boys will have to go straight to Almeria. Tino Livramento. The full-back's move from Chelsea to Southampton last summer barely raised an eyebrow. Livramento was just another academy graduate to fail to make the breakthrough at Stamford Bridge, so off he toddled in search of a regular game. But Ralph Hasenhüttl knew what was coming, despite the £5 million England under-19 international failing to play a senior game for the Blues. He's one of the best young players in his position in the country, and there were a lot of clubs interested in signing him. Indeed, Aston Villa, AC Milan and RB Leipzig were understood to have been keen, and it quickly became clear why. Livramento went straight into the first team and made the right-back spot his own before a wretchedly timed knee injury at Brighton last month, which looks set to sideline the teenager for the rest of 2022. Had he not suffered that misfortune, Livramento would have attracted plenty of interest this summer. Chelsea reportedly have the option to buy back the 19-year-old for £25 million, which now appears a bargain. Michael Ollai's Crystal Palace did some every astute business last summer, taking Mark Guéhi from Chelsea for £20 million, while borrowing Conor Gallagher, both become England internationals as Eagles this season. The signing of Ollai's went somewhat under the radar, coming as it did for £8 million, which was the buyout clause stipulated in his Reading contract. That is not to say that Ollai's was unknown. He was named EFL Young Player of the Season last year. But few expected the impact the 20-year-old has made in the Premier League in his maiden campaign. His Premier League numbers, 2 goals and 2 assists, are nothing special, and he has come off the bench more often than he has started. But so often when he has featured, Ollai's has tormented top-flight left-backs, all the while carrying an air of a lad for whom this is all a bit too easy. Arsenal are said to have taken notice of Ollai's start, and Palace aren't taking any chances. They are already talking to the France under-21 international about new terms, primarily to increase his £35 million buyout clause, which currently looks like a bargain.